I've got on my beach attire, my sunglasses, my sunscreen. So I hope that you are having just as much fun with our themed weeks as I am. If you are not dressed up for beach week yet, go get dressed before you watch this video. All right, so today we're jumping into mixed measures. Mixed measures is when we have problems that we're working with where there is more than one unit that's in our problem. So for example, I am 5 feet and 2 inches tall. Now, I might want to be able to say that all in one unit, so I might convert all of that to inches. So the way I might do that is I would think, all right, well, I'm adding 5 feet plus 2 inches. I know that I can convert feet to inches by multiplying 5 by 12 because there are 12 inches in a foot. When I do that, 5 times 12 is 60, so I know that's 60 inches. I'll carry over those other 2 inches I was going to add, and now I've got 62 inches. So I could say that I'm 5 feet 2 inches or 62 inches tall. Now this doesn't just work when we're thinking about feet and inches. This can work with any mixed measures that we have, anything that's measuring the same measurement, right? So if it's measuring length, we could have feet and inches. If it's measuring weight, we could have pounds and ounces. If it's measuring time, we could have hours and minutes. Let's take a look at an example that talks about hours and minutes. So let's say that I've been working on videos for my class. And let's say for the first video, I worked for an hour and 55 minutes planning that video out. That's not true, but let's just say it is, okay? Now for my second video, I worked really hard and I planned for 2 hours and 15 minutes. Now another way that we can look at this and thinking if I want to know the total time is I could think just like adding tens and ones, I can add hours and minutes, right? So again, let me say that just like adding tens and ones, you can add hours and minutes. So if I do that, I add my minutes first, right? And so I would think, all right, 5 plus 5 is 10. I'll regroup. 5 plus 1 plus 1 is 7. So I've got 70 minutes. And now I'll add my hours. 1 plus 2 is 3. So that's 3 hours and 70 minutes. Now, because you know your conversions, you know that there are 60 minutes in an hour. And so I can actually write this in a better way, right? I could take 60 minutes out of these 70 minutes and change that to hours, right? So that becomes 4 hours, and I have 10 minutes left over. So if I was trying to find the total time that I worked on videos for the week, I would say it was 4 hours and 10 minutes. Let's try one more thinking about weight, okay? I want you to think about if you're maybe buying produce at the grocery store, and a lot of times you weigh that produce on a scale. So let's say I'm buying some oranges, and I weigh them, and I find that they weigh 3 pounds, 5 ounces. Let's say I buy some apples, and those weigh 1 pound, 8 ounces. So these are my oranges. These are my apples. And I want to know how much more do the oranges weigh than the apples? So how much more do those oranges weigh? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a subtraction problem then, right? I'm not looking at addition, because I want to know how much more. In order to do this now, I'm noticing I can't subtract 5 minus 8. I can't take away 8 from 5, so I need to regroup. Now, be careful here, because you're not going to regroup 10, right? You need to think how many ounces are in a pound, and if you're not sure, you can use your conversion chart. But we know we're going to take 1 pound away from over here. We're going to take that pound and we're going to put it over here. And we know that there are 16 ounces in a pound. So I'm going to regroup 16 ounces over here. But I already have that 5, which I can't forget about, right? Just like when we're grouping 10, if I already have 5, I would add that 10 to that 5 and I would get 15. So when I regroup my ounces, 16 ounces, I need to add my 5 to that 16. And when I do that, I would get 21. Now I've got 21 ounces minus 8 ounces. right? And we show that that is 13. Now I've got 2 pounds minus 1 pound, and that would be 1 pound. Be careful when you're writing your abbreviation for pounds that it doesn't end up looking like the L doesn't end up looking like a 1. So I made my 1 have kind of a top and bottom so that you can really tell the difference between those. So my answer would be 1 pound, 13 ounces. So the oranges weigh 1 pound, 13 ounces more than the apples. All right, guys, it's your turn to try this out with different mixed measures that you can find around your house. I can't wait to see all your great work and your beach attire.